Have you ever wondered why some people pass away just a short time after they retire? It's a troubling thought, but one that many of us quietly fear. We imagine retirement as a time of peace, freedom, and joy, not the beginning of the end. And yet, it's hard to ignore the pattern. A person works hard for decades, finally reaches retirement, and then, within a few months or years, their life unexpectedly comes to an end. It almost feels like a cruel twist of fate. Just when the weight of work is lifted, life itself seems to slip away. But is this really just bad luck? Or is there something deeper happening beneath the surface? In this video, we'll explore this strange and unsettling phenomenon. We'll uncover the 5 major reasons why it happens, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself and make retirement a fresh start instead of a decline. Make sure you stay until the end. The last reason we discuss is one of the most overlooked, yet it could make all the difference between thriving or struggling in retirement. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss our health updates. If you find this video helpful, drop a yes in the comments. If not, just type no. Your feedback helps us create even better videos for you. Let's get started. Reason 1, the need for purpose and engagement. While the challenges of retirement are significant, it's important to note that not all retirees face the same struggles. In fact, many retirees thrive in this new phase of life by finding fresh purposes and passions. Those who manage to stay mentally and physically engaged tend to experience a healthier and more fulfilling retirement. The key is to discover meaningful activities that bring joy and a sense of accomplishment. Retirement offers the freedom to explore new interests, and many retirees find fulfillment through hobbies, volunteer work, or pursuing interests that were once set aside due to the demands of a busy career. The sense of purpose that comes from contributing to a cause or learning something new can help retirees maintain a sense of worth and belonging. Engaging in these activities can have profound benefits for both mental and physical health, offering retirees an opportunity to stay active and involved in their communities. Eleanor, a 72-year-old retiree, is an excellent example of how finding new purpose in retirement can lead to a vibrant and fulfilling life. After retiring from her long career in the corporate world, Eleanor sought ways to fill the void left by the absence of a structured workday. She decided to volunteer with at-risk youth in her community, dedicating her time to mentoring and providing guidance to young people facing challenges in their lives. This new role gave Eleanor a renewed sense of purpose, offering her a chance to make a positive impact on others while staying mentally engaged. The work also provided valuable social interactions, as she built relationships with the youth and other volunteers. Eleanor found that her time spent helping others kept her brain sharp, boosted her mood, and helped her maintain a healthy level of physical activity. Rather than experiencing a decline in health, Eleanor found that this new chapter in her life contributed to her overall well-being. In addition to volunteer work, many retirees take up hobbies that keep their minds and bodies engaged. For example, some retirees may take up painting, gardening, or learning new languages. These activities not only provide joy and fulfillment, but also help retirees stay cognitively active, which can reduce the risk of cognitive decline and improve overall mental health. The transition into retirement doesn't have to mean a loss of purpose or direction. By finding meaningful activities that bring joy and keep the mind and body engaged, retirees can thrive in this new phase of life. Whether through volunteer work, hobbies, or continuing to learn and grow, staying active and involved in the world around them can lead to a long and healthy retirement. Reason 2, the mental impact of retirement. Retirement can be a time of great freedom, but for many it also brings about significant emotional challenges. After years of dedicating themselves to their careers, retirees can face a sense of loss when their job, which was often central to their identity, no longer defines them. This abrupt transition can lead to feelings of aimlessness and a lack of purpose, creating a void that may trigger depression and loneliness. The emotional toll of retirement, sometimes referred to as retirement depression, stems from the loss of structure, routine, and social interaction that work provided. Many retirees struggle to replace the sense of fulfillment that their careers offered. This lack of direction can quickly lead to a decline in mental health, as the absence of daily goals or responsibilities can make life feel unimportant. Without the constant stream of challenges to overcome, Retirees can become isolated, their social connections weakened, and their mental state significantly altered. Take the example of a former employee who had dedicated years to a rewarding job, only to face an unexpected sense of emptiness after retirement. Without work colleagues to interact with daily and the sense of accomplishment that comes with a job well done, they can start to lose their motivation to engage with life. The mental strain of this sudden life change can result in depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Retirees are not the only ones affected by these changes. Family members and loved ones often notice the shift in behavior. The isolation and emotional withdrawal that often accompany retirement depression can strain relationships, leaving retirees feeling disconnected and unsupported. In some cases, the lack of emotional support can lead to severe health consequences, including a weakened immune system, increased stress, and a higher risk of chronic conditions. Studies consistently show a connection between retirement and an increased risk of mental health challenges. Research has found that life satisfaction significantly drops in the first few years after retirement, especially for those who did not prepare mentally or emotionally for this major life shift. Without a solid plan for maintaining mental engagement, social connections, and emotional well-being, retirees may experience a decline in overall health and even face premature death due to the complex effects of mental and physical decline. Reason 3. Sudden retirement syndrome. Retirement is often seen as a well-deserved break after decades of hard work. The idea of having more time for relaxation, hobbies, and personal pursuits sounds like a dream come true. However, what many don't realize is that this period of transition can pose unexpected challenges to the body and mind. The phenomenon of sudden retirement syndrome refers to the shock retirees experience when their daily routine abruptly changes, which can have significant impacts on their physical and mental health. Humans are creatures of habit, and the structure that work provides is deeply ingrained in our lives. For many individuals, a career isn't just a job. It becomes the center of their identity, shaping their daily rhythms, social interactions, and physical activity. The sudden loss of this routine can create a void that is not easily filled. Without the consistent demands of work, retirees often find themselves with empty schedules and less motivation to stay active. Consider the story of Henry, a 67-year-old lawyer who had spent nearly 40 years in the fast-paced world of legal battles. Throughout his career, he remained fit, mentally sharp, and highly motivated. But after retiring, the abrupt change in his daily life left him unmoored. Henry spent long hours in front of the television, struggling to find the same drive that had once defined him. Days turned into weeks, and Henry's physical health began to decline. He started feeling more anxious, suffered from insomnia, and lacked the energy to engage in any form of exercise. Sadly, Henry's story ended tragically just a year after his retirement. He passed away from a heart attack, an event his doctor later attributed to a combination of stress, isolation, and the physical decline that followed his sudden inactivity. While Henry's case is extreme, it highlights the dangers of an abrupt transition into retirement without a plan for maintaining physical and mental health. Research supports the idea that retirees who experience a sudden, unplanned retirement are more vulnerable to a decline in health. The loss of a structured routine, social connections, and the mental stimulation that work provides can leave individuals feeling disconnected and isolated. Moreover, the decrease in physical activity can accelerate age-related health issues such as heart disease, obesity, and depression. Therefore, it's essential for individuals approaching retirement to consider how they will stay active, engaged, and socially connected after they leave the workforce. Preparing for a healthy retirement involves more than just financial planning. It requires a proactive approach to maintaining one's physical and mental well-being in the face of significant life changes. If you're still with us and finding these insights valuable, drop a thumbs up in the comments to let me know you're following along. Let's keep the conversation going. Reason 4. The role of physical health. As we age, physical activity becomes even more crucial for maintaining good health, yet it is often the very thing that declines after retirement. For many retirees, the absence of a daily work routine means fewer opportunities for movement, which can lead to a range of health problems. Whether it's the loss of a daily commute, the reduction in social interaction, or simply fewer household chores, the active lifestyle that once kept retirees on their feet often takes a back seat once they stop working. The link between a sedentary lifestyle and various health issues is well documented. A lack of exercise can contribute to a wide array of problems, including heart disease, obesity, high blood pressure, and even depression. For individuals who were once accustomed to a high level of physical activity, such as standing in front of a classroom, walking between meetings, or working at a desk for long hours, the sudden shift to prolonged inactivity can have significant repercussions. The cardiovascular system becomes weaker, making retirees more susceptible to illnesses, while a lack of movement can also contribute to increased stress and anxiety. Take the story of Maria, a 70-year-old school teacher who loved her job, but always felt physically drained after long hours. Upon retiring, she looked forward to lounging on her porch and reading books. However, after a few months of little activity, she began noticing her energy levels drop. Her joints became stiff, her weight began to creep up, and her once high spirits started to dip. Maria's doctor later explained that this sedentary lifestyle was taking a toll on her heart and lungs, and despite being generally healthy before retirement, she was at an increased risk for heart failure. A sedentary lifestyle can take a significant toll on health, especially as individuals age. Even those who were generally healthy before retirement may find that the lack of physical activity weakens their cardiovascular system. Without regular movement, retirees are at an increased risk of developing conditions such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and joint stiffness. Inactivity accelerates the aging process and can lead to weight gain, fatigue, and a greater susceptibility to chronic diseases. This highlights the crucial role that physical activity plays in maintaining health as we age. Retirement doesn't have to signal the end of an active lifestyle. It's important for retirees to find ways to stay physically engaged, whether through daily walks, yoga, gardening, or joining a fitness class. Regular exercise not only benefits the body, but also supports mental well-being by helping to reduce the risks of depression, anxiety, and stress. Incorporating consistent physical activity into a retirement routine is one of the most effective ways to ensure a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. Reason 5. The influence of social connections. One of the most significant and often overlooked consequences of retirement is the decline in social engagement. For many people, work is not just a source of income and professional fulfillment, but also an important social outlet. It provides a consistent routine of interaction with colleagues, clients, and coworkers, which plays a crucial role in maintaining mental and emotional well-being. However, once the daily work routine comes to an end, retirees often find themselves isolated, leading to a sharp decrease in social interaction. This isolation can have far-reaching consequences for both physical and mental health. Loneliness is a serious health risk, especially for retirees. Studies have shown that social isolation is linked to a higher risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, depression, and even early death. In fact, the health risks associated with loneliness have been shown to be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Social interactions are vital for regulating mood, maintaining cognitive function, and supporting a strong immune system. When these interactions fade after retirement, the absence of social support networks can accelerate the decline in health. Take the case of Fred, an 82-year-old retired businessman who had spent years networking and socializing with colleagues, clients, and friends. Fred's work was not just a job, it was a cornerstone of his social life. But after retirement, his social circle rapidly shrank. His children lived far away, and his wife had passed away years before. With no workplace environment to foster daily interactions, Fred found himself isolated at home, and his once vibrant social life became a distant memory. Soon, Fred began to notice a steady decline in his physical and mental health. His doctor noted that his lack of social engagement was contributing to his cognitive decline, which was accompanied by an increased risk of developing heart disease. The absence of meaningful social connections, along with the stress of isolation, led to rapid deterioration in both his physical health and overall well-being. Tragically, Fred passed away just 3 years after his retirement, a period during which his health declined sharply. His story highlights the profound impact that social isolation can have on retirees' lives. The effects of isolation are not limited to cognitive and emotional health. It can also weaken the immune system, making retirees more susceptible to illness and disease. Without regular social interactions, many retirees fail to stay active in their communities, miss opportunities for physical activity, and lack the emotional support they need to maintain resilience in the face of life's challenges. Final thoughts. Now that you've learned about the important balance between rest and activity during retirement, the key takeaway is that thoughtful planning is crucial for maintaining both physical and mental health. While retirement can be an exciting time of relaxation, it's vital to stay engaged, stay active, and find new purposes that nourish the mind and body. So how do you plan to approach your retirement years? Do you have a passion or purpose in mind? Let me know in the comments and feel free to share your thoughts on how you'll maintain balance in your post-retirement life. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might benefit from these insights. Your support helps us bring more valuable content your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, retirement is just another chapter, so make it one of purpose and vitality. See you in the next video.